Jordan Bird on the return for the Argonauts. Brought down by number 3, Kenneth George Jr. It's 1st and 10 Argos. From 43 Argonauts. Manager starting quarterback is number 11, Cameron Dukes. Dukes' pass is complete to the right to Tavares Daniels. And it's 6 yards on the play, 2nd and 4.
Pass to the right.
Pass is complete to number 86, Demonte Coxie. That's a first down. Number 21, Ben Adeboye, the ball carrier. Number 52, Ray Woodwarn with the tackle. No gain on the play, 2nd and 10.
No, same 54. 52 on the tackle. Pass.
That's another first down. Adeboye, the ball carrier. Number 0, center Clubhouse 7 with the tackle. Gain of 2 yards on the play, 2nd and 8.
Pass.
Pass is complete to number 88, Rasheed Bailey. That's another first down.
Pass. Left.
Bailey with the reception. Taken down by 00, Shakur Brown. Gain of 2, 2nd down and 8.
Yeah.
pass in for Rasheed Bailey falls incomplete. Third down, Argonauts.
70 was going to okay, this will be 17 yards.
Number 70, Liram Howell, 17 yards to the goal. Is good.
Fans, a connection between the Argonauts and the World City Fronts team, and I am joined here by University of Guelph President Charlotte Yates and Director of Athletics Scott McRoberts, and of course, this man in the middle needs no introduction. The General Manager, Pinball Clemens, is here with us on the sideline. Pinball, do you believe it, that it was right here at the University of Guelph, 1989, that Bob Obilovich gave you the nickname Pinball? And now we're back here, 2004, we're happy to announce that Michael Pinball Clemens will
Pass is complete to number 86, DeMonte Coatsy. That's a first down.
Procedure. Try number 66. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
No idea. 66. Where I'm standing, there's no chance. It's the first penalty I've heard in my own ears.
Duke's the ball carrier.
What do you think, Larry?
5.6.
Stop is made by number 93, Kelly Sanders.
Yeah, 0. What number?
Second down, Argonauts.
3, it's a QBR 0. Pass, middle.
Duke's pass is complete to number 18, Deja Rousseau.
Caught it at the 47.
That's another first down.
46 on tackle? Yeah. That was over the middle, it's caught at the 47. Count for 40. Rush, middle.
Number 46, Justin Talbert with the tackle. Six-yard gain on the play. It's second down and 4. Out of the way, the ball carrier. Thomas with the tackle. It's second down. His pass is complete to Coatsy. That's another first down. And out of the way. Tackle made by number 73, Darius Moran. Gain of 2 on the play, second and 8.
This is a 29-yard field goal.
Number 70, from Iowa, moves 29 yards field goal.
Friends, it is time for a Griffin favorite and one of my personal favorites and Jason's personal favorites. We're going to have ourselves a handsome race. We have Mike and Paul in one, and we've got Mitch and Ant in the other. Guys, this
Taylor Powell and the Tiger Cats offense will try to dig into this Argonauts lead. Couple of field goals for Toronto in this opening quarter, and they lead 6-0 in this preseason game from Alumni Stadium in Guelph.
congratulations.
Taylor Powell, he's got 3 receivers to his right, started the waggle. Low snap, no problem. Handoff goes to Calvin Tyler Jr., and he had to battle his way just to get a yard.
We discussed the, sort of semi-hurry up, the no-huddle offense, the muddle huddle that they've been showing. And with Taylor Powell starting this game, Levi Mitchell not even playing at all, we're seeing a traditional huddle here in a much slower offensive tempo.
Calvin Tyler Jr. was the Tiger Cats' leading rusher last week with 25 yards. Didn't get much on that carry. Taylor Powell, a 2nd and long, throws to his right, and it is incomplete. That was intended for T.J. Vasher, and he could not haul it in. And the Tiger Cats, again, 2 and out. They'll be punting.
The 6'6" T.J. Vasher, and to be honest, that one looked like it skipped right off his hands. I think he'd want that one back and would consider it a drop himself. Unfortunately, that's the second 2 and out for the Ticats in their starting drives of this game.
Remember, post game last week, Scott Milanovich immediately talked about drops by the receivers, so he'll be keeping an eye on that. Nick Constantino is going to get a look. Another decent punt. McMahon takes it inside the 30, and you heard Luke's reaction. A flag flies.
Yeah, it'll be a no yards. It'll be a no yards call, but boy, that's a hard one to avoid as the return man is running up into the catch.
So the Argos with a 6-0 lead in the opening quarter. Minute 18 to go in the first quarter. Will be finishing the end of the opening quarter when we come back on the Ticats Audio Network.
Broadhead, Tasker, Daly, and Milton cover every Tiger Cats game with total intensity, and they get together to talk about the team every Wednesday on the Ticats Audio Network. It's the Ticats This Week. Listen to it every Wednesday on Spotify, YouTube, and wherever you find your podcasts.
Shamar Bridges, we haven't seen him yet in this game. Might not see a lot of him. He had a pretty impressive first preseason game. Great to have you with us on the Ticats Audio Network. RJ Broadhead and Luke Tasker. It's 6-0 Argos. We're late in the first quarter. Just over a minute to go. Cameron Dukes has looked good at quarterback. Hands off to Daniel Adebaboye, and that was tough going for the Argos running back. There was not a lot there, and looked like DQ Thomas was in on that tackle again.
Yep, great job by the Ticats defense. There was a cluster of receivers just off the left side, the left tackle in the Argonaut formation, and the Ticats bunched right up with them. So there was tons of bodies right there as Adebaboye ran into that mess of players.
Luke, this is where the Tiger Cats have had trouble tonight.
Yes,
these 2nd and 10s, 2nd and long. Cameron Dukes has been successful. Some of the crowd reacts. They thought it was offside. The pass is caught by Brissett, but there's Ray Wilborn, the linebacker, makes a great tackle. It is a big hit. Brought to you by Perfect Sports, the makers of Diesel Protein. Ray Wilborn, huge hit on Dejon Brissett.
Dejon Brissett is jogging to the sidelines right now, but he cannot feel normal as he does that because that was a perfect shoulder pad to the rib cage right as he made the catch. And finally, the Ticats forced the punt formation from the Argonauts.
Hegarty, the punter for the Argos, standing back on his own 35. Lawrence Woods will return for the Tiger Cats. Sun is in his eyes. This could be a challenge. He's running along his own 10, gets it at the far sideline, just in bounds, and there really wasn't much field for Lawrence Woods to make anything happen. He got close to the 15, but the Tiger Cats, who don't have a first down yet, will have difficult starting field position. We are done a quarter at Alumni Stadium in Guelph, and the Argonauts lead the Tiger Cats 6-0. Second quarter action to get underway at Alumni Stadium. Argos leading the Tiger Cats 6-0. A couple of first quarter field goals for the Argos. Taylor Powell hands the ball off, and Calvin Tyler Jr. kept the legs going, but there just was not anything there. The Argos stopped them, and we'll see where they spot it. He'll get a couple of yards due to his forward progress, but he was pushed back at the end.
Still waiting for the Ticats' first second down conversion. They've had just not many plays, not many chances on the field yet with the Argonaut offense moving so efficiently. Big second down here, 8 yards to go on their own 15.
Offensive line for the Tiger Cats. Kemp, Dumoulin, Duguay, their first pick in this past draft. Johnson at center, Zott, and Sartor. So not a lot of the starters. Completed pass at that far side. There was Some dancing going on over there. It was Dev Holmes who made the catch. In 2 preseason games, he's caught all 3 targets thrown his way. However, that one's not enough for the first down.
Yeah, tough. It was a check down to the flat, but to the field side, and that ball takes forever to get there. And at the reception, there's barely any yards gained, right? It's tough. It's tough for that receiver to turn upfield and make anything happen, and those few yards aren't going to do it there.
3 drives for the Tiger Cats. They don't have a first down yet. Constantino, the punter, 3 punters in camp for the Tiger Cats. So coaching staff getting a look at Constantino, Tiger Cats' first pick in the global draft. McMahon gets it just inside his own 50, gets across the 50 to midfield, and just past midfield, Ante Milanovic-Litre was in on that special teams tackle. So was Ray Wilborn, who had a big hit on that previous drive of the Argos.
Well, the Ticats defense has already had, many reps tonight in that first quarter. Now they're going to have a really tough challenge here. They're starting on their own side. They're on the Ticats 54-yard line to start here. But what they've done so well is prevent touchdowns. And it's only a 6-0 game when it's really, we've been watching the Argonaut offense for the whole evening so far. Big challenge here for the Ticat D.
Cameron Dukes now looking into the sun. His receivers won't be, though. Handoff and maybe 4 or 5 on first down for the Argos.
Number 10, Kevin.
That was Kevin Mital, the first pick for the Argos in the draft. He's listed as a receiver, but got the handoff.
4-yard gain on the play, 2nd and 6.
It's interesting with that draft that Mital pick was the Tiger Cats originally, but part of a trade, they swapped picks, so the Argos ended up with Mital. We'll see how he pans out in his CFL career. Adeboboye makes a nice catch, had to spin around on the check down, and he jumps. You might have heard some fans here at Alumni Stadium in Guelph reacting to that nice play, and that little jump was... Is it good enough for a first down? It's close.
Well, you mentioned Mital, and downfield on this play, it was Adeboboye who got the pass out of the backfield, but Mital came with him. We're listening for the penalty here.
Yeah, it was a holding on the Argos.
So that's coming back, but great downfield block by Mital on the Ticat secondary, which allowed for Adeboboye to move the chains, but that's going to all be for naught as they go back. In fact, actually, back before this drive started, way back into Argonaut territory here.
Love having all our listeners on Ticats Audio Network. Let us know where they're listening from. Want to say hi to Mike Bodner from Inuvik in the Northwest Territories. Log on to gameday at ticats.ca. Let us know where you're listening from. This is the final preseason game for the Tiger Cats. Argos leading 6-0. We're in the second quarter, just over 12 minutes to go before the half, and this is Dukes throwing deep down the far sideline, trying to make all that yardage back and a lot more, but it is incomplete.
Great timing down in the defensive secondary there. It did look when that ball was released that they had it down the sidelines, but kind of bang right as the ball got there, some contact and no catch. And again, the Ticats forced the punt for now the second drive in a row after their first drives letting up 2 field goals.
That was a new Argo receiver who was intended on that pass. Mackay Polk couldn't come up with it. John Haggerty, the punter, just gets that one away. Lawrence Woods, now he's in the shadows going the other way. Gets it at his own 15, and he got to the 20, and the Argos were able to stop him there. So the Tiger Cats offense really has to start getting something going. They don't have a first down yet. They trail 6-0, and there's 11:42 to go in the half. This is the Ticats Audio Network.
Steve Milton has taken us more than...
Offense back on the field. Taylor Powell, 2 for 4 for 10 yards. Tiger Cats don't have a first down. It's not the starting offensive line for the Tiger Cats, and the Argos have most of their defensive starters out there. Some receivers trying to make a name, and Taylor Powell is sacked. He's hit. The ball is loose, and the Argos are celebrating. They got it. So Taylor Powell was hit. He fumbled, and the Argos recover the football deep in Tiger Cats territory. Just trying to see where they're going to spot. It looks like at about the 10 or 12-yard line. So turnovers was another thing Scott Milanovich talked about post-game on Saturday.
Yeah, we'll talk about it all year. It's been a tough 2 years in a row with turnovers for the Ticats. You got to start turning it around.
Eleven and a half minutes to go in the opening half. Argos with a 6-0 lead. But they're looking for a lot more after the turnover. Taylor Powell, that's back-to-back games where the opposition's gotten to him and forced a fumble that they've recovered. Cameron Dukes, empty backfield. He's got 4 receivers to his left. Now Adeboboye comes in to settle behind Dukes. Pass to Mital, makes the catch. He's a big receiver, and he battles his way down to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, big body. Looks like a linebacker carrying the football around the outside there. And yeah, this is a tough start of this game here. The Ticat defense starts off that first quarter. They're on the field a ton, but they held them to field goals. Then you see the Argonauts forced to punt for these next drives, and the Ticats come up huge, stopping that drive, starting in their own territory, and then it's all negated with the fumble and giving the Argonauts the ball right back deep into Ticat territory.
Ball's on the 5. Dukes, it is an empty backfield. He pretended to throw, and then he ran up the middle, cut to his right, and was untouched as he goes into the end zone. The Argos quarterback has looked very good in this opening half. Led the team down the field a couple of times. They got field goals, and this is a touchdown for Cameron Dukes. And now it's 12-0 with a convert coming up.
Well, so frustrating for the Ticat offense. They've run 7 plays this game. I mean, you can't establish any rhythm, and it's sort of that snowball effect, like we talked about for the defense, getting tired on these long drives. Well, the offense is the opposite. They're getting, they're not even sweating anymore on the sidelines.
Yeah.
And you can't get any rhythm that way, right?
Hiralahu misses the convert. He actually was shielding his eyes from the sun, facing the sun just prior to that convert attempt, and who knows if that played a factor. Anyway, he missed the convert, and it's a 12-0 lead for the Argos with 10:40 to go in the opening.
Omar Bayless. Couple of great passes from Bo Levi Mitchell.
Here are Luke and RJ on the Ticats Audio Network.
Great evening in Guelph. Just beautiful to kick off this weekend and kick off the final preseason game for both the Tiger Cats and the Argos. Tiger Cats in all black gold numbers. Argos white tops, dark blue pants, light blue helmets. RJ Broadhead with Luke Tasker. It's been all Argos on offense. 12-0 they lead. Just over 10 minutes to go in the opening half. On the return, Lawrence Woods stays on his feet. He gets across the 35, the 40, and maybe to the 41 or 42 before he's brought down. Looked like he was going to be brought down closer to the 30, but he stayed on his feet.
Yeah, very good return from Lawrence Woods, and it's great to see that he had a punt return 2 series ago, and he got tangled up sort of in an awkward way at the end of that play. And he's a guy that you definitely want healthy 1 week from now. And that's a gutsy return there. I mean, it's a preseason game, but these guys want to feel the spark and be energized again as well.
So that is it for Taylor Powell in this football game. In comes Harrison Frost for his first CFL action. He's wearing number 18 for the Tiger Cats. Hasn't been much offense. Let's see if Frost can get things going for the Cats. He checks it down to Tyler Jr., the running back, and he might have started running before he made the catch. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and as funny as it sounds, it was a short pass. It was a screen set up to the left, and as funny as that sounds for a screen, a little, dinky little pass, but it is right into the sun there. You got the sun's drifting down to our back left here, obviously in the southwest corner of the field, and that happened to be right where that ball came from.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Luke. Facing back right into the sun, we've seen a few players shielding their eyes. It's a 2nd and 10 now for the Tiger Cats, their own 41. Frost throwing to this near sideline, and Desmond Patman, his first target, he almost sold it. It did bounce just in front of him, so it's incomplete, and Tiger Cats still looking for that elusive first down.
Yeah, and I like the route from Patman at a deep 16, 18-yard curl route. He came back towards the ball pretty well, but Frost just needed an extra yard or two on that to make that a catchable pass.
Patman just joined the team, just had some success with the Indianapolis Colts earlier in his career. Again, Scott Milanovich was with the Colts at the time, so knows Patman well. Another big physical receiver battling for a spot for the Tiger Cats.
They're looking for the special teams ball for the Ticats to come from the sidelines. It looks like they borrowed a Toronto ball for this play. Preseason.
So I bet you a lot of people don't know that there's different balls for different situations.
There you do have some selection in that process. Each team has their own for sure, and even offensive and for the kicking games.
Well, that's a good football that the Argos gave. Constantino put that high into the Guelph sky, and it was taken at the 10, and it's a terrific return for the Argos, and it was returned by Jordan Bird, another new Argo. Nice return, and took it up to the Hamilton 40, or the Toronto 45.
And you can probably hear that.
Yeah, the penalty. So maybe that's why the return was so successful.
Yeah, right on the Ticat sidelines. It was hard to see who, but one of the Ticat guys in coverage there just got blocked right in the back, out of bounds. So that return's going to get negated a little bit. Still a good return, though. The Argonauts will find themselves in their own 30, but that was a big kick. And sometimes that's hard to get your guys organized underneath a kick that way outdoes what you're expecting as the coverage man.
Didn't think the Tiger Cats were in need of a punter with Corey Vedvik and Bailey Flint both looking good, but Nick Constantino, we've seen a lot of them tonight. It's a good thing for him to get an audition. Not good for the Tiger Cats offense, but that was a terrific kick. Metal getting another short pass. Won't get much. Maybe a yard, well, maybe 4.
Derek Tangelo for the Ticats in on the tackle there. The first down efficiency from the Ticat defense has not been that bad. I mean, you've seen a lot of second and greater than 6 yards. This is a second and 7, 8 right here. It's the second downs that the Argonaut offense has just been unbelievably efficient at.
Argos have also changed their quarterback. It's Brian Scott in now. Scott got the snap, didn't take a step, and that time it is not caught. Dejan Brissett, and he was the recipient of a big hit earlier, and he was going over the middle again. Didn't make the catch this time.
Yeah, forcing the punt again, and you could actually argue that the Ticat defense has forced the Argonauts to punt on all of their last 3 true series. You, of course, have the Argonauts starting on the Hamilton 11-yard line. They scored the touchdown there, but the Ticat defense has actually played pretty well as this first half has continued.
And flags fly as that ball is snapped. You were reacting, Luke. You saw it too, and that was Harala who was punting.
Yeah, Liram out there in the punt formation here, and this will be all these guys in Waggle covering this kick.
Offside, Toronto number 46, 5-yard penalty, still third down.
Yeah, number 46 for the Argonauts, that's Marquis Waters, but there was a couple other guys as well. It looks like there was, that miscommunication with the snap count can be kind of tough.
So he wants to be called Muddy Waters.
Of course, I forgot. We talked about this, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Muddy Waters.
That's easy to remember.
It is a great name.
Haralau getting a chance to punt. Pretty good punt. Lawrence Woods drifting to his left. Just inside his 40, gets it at the 38 and stands for a moment deciding what direction he was going to go in. Then a big hit over on that sideline. So the Tiger Cats will be close to their 50-yard line when they begin this drive. There's 8:04 to go in the opening half, and the Argos lead the Tiger Cats 12-0. There's a long sideline of Tiger Cats over there.
You can see Boleva Mitchell in uniform, Brandon Revenberg in uniform. So there's a lot of guys who clearly weren't going to play at all tonight.
Frost makes the pass, and it's caught by Kalen Geiger on this near side, and Geiger's shifty and he's fast. Didn't have much room to work. Tried, though. It'll be a gain of about 4.
Well, the Ticats have to deal with the sun in these last minutes of the first half here.
A little distortion on the speaker at University of Guelph. That's the first completion for Harrison Frost. You'll remember that one. It was to Kalen Geiger trying for back-to-back, and he goes back to Geiger and connects, and there's the first down of the game for the Tiger Cats, down to the Argos 45.
A great throw there, Frost. It was sort of a deep out route and over top of what was a short square in there, and so you have these different levels on the outside, and Geiger right on the sidelines. It was that 18-yard area there. Great throw and catch. Bodies it against the contact at the catch.
Tiger Cats heading from left to right late in this opening half, trying to get some points, and that handoff was read well by the Argonauts. Jared Brinkman tackles Tyler Jr. for a loss. That'll put the Tiger Cats back almost another 5 yards.
Yeah, really tough second down situation here for Frost as the Ticats have just earned their first down of the game. Now they line up for a 2nd and 14.
Ball is on the Argos 50. Harrison Frost, empty backfield, looking to pass, has to roll to his right. He's on the run, has an open receiver. It's complete, needed to get to the 35, and it looks like the Tiger Cats might be just short. Dev Holmes made the catch. Let's see where they spot this football. It's going to be close.
Yeah, it's tough on that 2nd and 14. It is easier to sort of lose your awareness of where the chains are on the deeper routes like that. But what Dev Holmes needed to do was catch that ball and immediately turn his shoulders north just to gain that extra yard. They're left with half a yard here to get the first.
And they're going to go short yardage. Ante Milanovic-Litre in at quarterback, under center, and he goes straight ahead and gets the first down.
Yeah, what an interesting play there. I mean, the CFL is classic for the quarterback short yardage because of the extra yard that we get between the offensive and defensive line. So you're going to see that 2-3 times a game from each team. Why not use a running back?
The only thing is, you're not going to throw it.
True. And I always want people to throw it on the short yardage. As you know, I'm always complaining that nobody runs fake short yardage enough.
Well, we saw Kai Loxley last year, and he was great on short yardage, and that's sort of the same body type as Milanovic-Litre, very strong. Calvin Tyler Jr., I saw you reacting, Luke, looked like it was going to be another loss, but he was able to scramble and get a yard, maybe two.
Well, great conversions on this drive so far, a couple difficult second downs, and now you got a third attempt here.
Ball on the Argos 33-yard line. Tiger Cats trying to break that goose egg on their side of the scoreboard. It's 12-0 Argos. There's just over 4 minutes to go in the opening half. Harrison Frost in at quarterback. Number 18 drops back, throws, and it is caught by Marcus Rogers. Low tackle, but he managed to keep going and might have squeezed another yard out of that play.
Yeah, he did. He had both of his ankles sort of tied up at the point of tackle, but kind of wrestled or rolled out of it. Not quite enough to move the chains here, and they're going to send Leggio out for an attempt.
Mark Leggio's first appearance in a field goal situation in this game, and Nick Constantino will be the holder. So the first pick in the global draft for the Tiger Cats. We've seen a lot of him punting, and now holding for Mark Leggio for this 37-yard attempt. Leggio's kick is up, and it is good. So Mark Leggio remains perfect in this preseason, and the Tiger Cats are on the board. It's 12-3, still trailing the Argos. Not much time to go, 3:21 remaining in the opening half. Tiger Cats needed that, and Harrison Frost coming in at quarterback looking pretty good.
Absolutely. A couple really great second down conversions there. Moved the ball down the field and overcame some plays for a loss there. The Argonaut defense with a really impressive front four. Their rush has been pretty strong, especially against the Ticat run, but Frost with some great throws downfield and finally and sort of a breath of fresh air for the Ticat offense after what was a very difficult first half.
Argos Trying to answer back. The running back, McMahon, tried to go up the middle and sprinted off to his left, and he'll be close to a first down. So that was a nice change of direction by McMahon to get close to the first down. That will take us to the 3-minute warning. Argos jumped out to a 12-0 lead. The Tiger Cats finally got some offense going and have closed the gap to 12-3. We'll be bringing you the conclusion of the opening half in moments. This is the Ticats Audio Network.
It's the Ticats Audio Network.
No Stephen Dunbar tonight, but we should see him for that first game next week against Calgary. Argos trying to run the football. They only needed about a yard, but the Tiger Cats put up a wall. And let's see where they spot it.
Yeah, they're going to give it to him, but that was a great run defense there from the Ticats. After what was a 9-yard run on first down there before the 3-minute break. It's a good situation to practice here at a preseason game where the Argonauts are, reasonably 20 yards, I guess, from field goal range here, and you're fighting against the clock. You want to get your offense a chance to get the ball back. These next 20 yards will make a difference on the scoreboard.
Brian Scott hit it quarterback, rolls to his right, and tried to get it over to Adebaboye. It was over his head, and it's incomplete.
He had room to run there, too. If that ball was a little bit lower in a catchable area for Adebaboye, that might have been a first down and probably could have kept this drive going.
So that's 2nd and 10 here for the Argos from their own 50. Just over 2 minutes to go in the opening half. Argos lead 12-3, trying to convert on this second down. Tiger Cats defense digging in. Scott has some time. Again, short throw. McMahon catches it out of the backfield, and he's tackled immediately by D.Q. Thomas.
Great job taking that space out. D.Q. Thomas saw that vacant low left space in his own defense there, and he really swallowed up the yards there to make the tackle before that ball could be moved upfield, and he forced the punt. That was a great defensive stop there, like we said, before they were able to get into field goal range.
Third tackle of the game for D.Q. Thomas, and they've been big ones, too. Haralahu into punt. This one not quite as good. It'll bounce in front of Lawrence Woods at the 21. He gets it at the 18, and he's tackled very quickly. Might have got it back to the 21 where it originally bounced.
So we just talked about the defense came up huge in that drive there where they're trying to keep them out of field goal range. Now the offense gets a great situation to rep in this preseason game. It's the classic 2-minute drill. You want to end this half and get more points on the board before going in before the third quarter here, and you're starting back on your own 23-yard line. We saw this in a black and gold scrimmage, them repping situations just like this. Now, it's not the end of the game, so you don't have an exact amount of points that you have to get, but this is a great chance for these guys. And unfortunately, they're going to start with a penalty here.
Procedure, Hamilton number 56. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
And that is Kendrick Sartor. Harrison Frost, just 24 years old, out of West Georgia. He's come in on 4 for 6, 34 yards, marched the Tiger Cats down the field, got them their first down, and it resulted in a Mark Leggio field goal. Under 2 minutes to go, Frost throws to his left. There's a completion. It's Marcus Rogers, and he's just a little short of the 25-yard line.
So now we are going to see them hurry up here. They're going to get to the line. It actually looks like they're going to muddle huddle here, but they've got to keep this moving. They were unable to get out of bounds there, and the clock's going to start right now on this whistle.
Rogers, 6'3", 210 pounds. He has caught the most passes for the Tiger Cats so far tonight, 3 of them. Frost back to pass again. He's got some time, waits, throwing deep down that far sideline, and it was just a little too far again. Marcus Rogers was the target, so he's big, he looks very strong, and he's fast too, but couldn't track that one down.
I like the attempt. Certainly when it left the hand of Frost, you thought it definitely had a chance there. That was right into that sunshine, that troublesome sun in that section of the field for the receivers, but ball just a little bit outside, and unfortunately that 2-minute drive attempt is going to come to a short stop.
Constantino out to punt again. And back to return for the Argos after a really nice return last time is Jordan Bird. Constantino, another high, beautiful punt. Inside the 35, Bird gets it to the outside of the numbers, and he'll cross the 40, and then he's forced out of bounds right at that Tiger Cat sideline. Not much time to go in the opening half, minute 22. It's a beautiful evening. It's cooled down to about 19 degrees now. Some shadows starting to form on the field. Great crowd at Alumni Stadium in Guelph. This is where Argos are having training camp, so it's a home game for the Argos. However, Tiger Cats called this home not too long ago, Luke.
That's right. Well, as Tim Hortons Field was being constructed in 2013, we had some actually legendary games here, as Steve Milton wrote about earlier this week.
Argos, wow. That ball was tipped. They've got Nick Arbuckle in at quarterback now.
Now Toronto running their hurry up here, going no huddle.
Mackay Polk made a nice catch because it looked like that ball was tipped. This will be a 2nd and 5 for the Argos. Arbuckle over the middle, and it is tipped up in the air, and that got the Tiger Cats trying to hunt down that loose ball. Shakur Brown was the closest Tiger Cat to it. It went incomplete, so Tiger Cats are going to have another chance here before the end of the half with the football.
It was press man coverage. It was Justin Marshall, the intended receiver for the Argonauts, and the Ticats are fortunate that was not completed. That would have been a first down and more, but unable to hold on to it on the slant route there.
Argos now going with Jeremy Edwards at punter. Third punter we've seen in the opening half for Toronto. Lawrence Woods still waiting for him to break one in this game. Edwards, nice punt. That'll send Woods back to his own 15, right at the numbers. Got outside the numbers, took a hit. Now he tries to cut back into the middle after staying on his feet after that hit and got to maybe the 25-yard line.
Okay, another opportunity. 56 seconds left this time. The Ticats started their last drive with a minute 59 volley of punts, and now you get another opportunity to run your 2-minute drill. And I hope we see some hurry up. I hope we see some no huddle here. And like I said, why waste an opportunity to do what you would actually do in a game to try to put points on the board?
Tiger Cats overloading the field side, but they throw off to the boundary side, and it's Calvin Tyler Jr. out of the backfield, and he will get close to 7 yards.
Good job securing that catch and getting out of bounds right on the Tiger Cat bench. Now you can take your time, huddle up for this 2nd and 3.
Ball on the Tiger Cats' 33-yard line. Frost lifts his right arm. That puts Omar Bayless in motion. 3 receivers to the field side. Frost never looked that direction. Throws over the middle. It is picked off. The throw was high, and it went right to Tyshawn Blackburn. And the second turnover of the opening half for the Tiger Cats. The last one led to a touchdown, and there's still 41 seconds to go in the half, and the Argos have the football on the Tiger Cats' 40.
Well, the ball certainly flew a little bit high. It was a crossing route from right to left in that sort of 15-yard range. But you also got to think it looked like it was surprising. I think it was Coleman, the intended receiver, and it was a little bit, that sunshine is right there, like we've talked about, and it's almost like he didn't realize he was the intended target till the ball was over his head. Unfortunate miss there because it was the right read, just an overthrown football.
So the Argonauts with Nick Arbuckle at quarterback, their third quarterback in this opening half. Completes the pass and tackled immediately. The ball popped loose, and they're saying he's down. Looked like the Tiger Cats might have had the turnover right back, and that would have been big because it might have been taken all the way to the Argos end zone.
Well, the Argos, as a result of that interception, already find themselves in field goal range.
Arbuckle back to pass, stays in the pocket, goes short. McMahon running to his right, got past one tackler and saw that first down marker and got out of bounds. That'll stop the clock, got the first down too. Deontay McMahon, he's been a good piece for the Argos in this game. 23 seconds to go, opening half. Argos lead 12-3. An interception has them in scoring position. They're inside the Tiger Cats 30 on the Tiger Cats 27. Arbuckle backpedaling, and Cedric Wilcox knocked that one down. Arbuckle running backwards, throwing that football, and Wilcox got a hand on it.
It's a great job. He was going for his intended target, crossing route from left to right, and it was the right place to go, but the Ticat front rush causing some issues and getting their hands up. 18 seconds left, and now you're in that defensive mindset of ensuring that this stays at a field goal attempt or a turnover and not a touchdown.
Ball on the Tiger Cats 27. Arbuckle under pressure, but it might have been offside. We'll have to see what the call is. A flag flew. David Maynard, who was just signed, the 10-year veteran in the CFL, putting pressure on Arbuckle.
And I think this might go against the Ticats rush.
Offside. Hamilton. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
So that was not that was thrown for a completion, but not a first down. And unfortunately, now they're going to get a second shot at this second down. 13 seconds left on the clock here. This is kind of the deciding play of this drive for the Ticats.
Ball is on the Tiger Cats 22. Nick Arbuckle in at quarterback for the Argos. Two receivers either side. Looks to his right. Stays in the pocket. He's got time. He'll check it down to Deontay McMahon, who makes a move to the middle. He's down to the 5, and he'll be just short of the end zone. There is a flag on the play.
Toronto number 66.
Okay.
10-yard penalty. Still second down.
A volley of penalties, and that only leaves 3 seconds left on the clock, so they'll bring it back, and they'll be forced to send Liram Haralahu out on the field.
Haralahu's hit 2 field goals in the game, and he's also kicked a couple of punts. Tiger Cats coaching staff, they're just above us at our location here at University of Guelph. They're making their way down as halftime is looming. Be plenty to talk about. 40-yard attempt here for Liam Haralahu, and it's, now is it a fake? If it was, it wasn't a very good one. Haggerty, the punter, was the holder, and Haralahu just didn't go through with the kick, and Haggerty had nowhere to go. So nothing for the Argos on, I'm going to say, botched field goal?
Yeah, I think it was just a sort of a muffed hold there, and Haralahu got scared off of the kick, and so there you go, no attempt. And in summary for the Ticats defense, you had those 2 long drives to start this game, but they did a pretty good job of at least holding the Ticats to 3 after that. Nothing you can say about an 11-yard field where the Argonauts got the ball after a sack fumble right up against the Ticat end zone. Apart from that drive, Ticats defense held strong when they had to. They sort of bend but not break sort of mentality. Ticat offense, of course, just took a long time to find the rhythm. We did see one successful drive where they moved the chains a couple times, drove down and got the field goal. But you've got 2 turnovers in your own end, and it's very, very hard to win without any consecutive momentum drives. So we'll see. Again, you got a lot of new guys, a lot of working together, a lot of young guys, and sort of still a fluid roster. So you got the preseason effect in full view here, but hopefully we see a more productive second half out of that Ticat offense.
We're at halftime. Argos lead the Tiger Cats 12-3. Ticats at the half with Bubba O'Neill, and Mike Daly is caught every pass that's been thrown his way. He's just an interesting guy in camp because there were so many big receivers, and he was 5'9", trying to crack the team. Did all he could, but it doesn't look like we'll see him in the second half.
A couple good receptions, though, on what was the Ticats' best drive of that first half.
Tiger Cats have Chris Coleman and Lawrence Woods back to return this kick to begin the second half. Tiger Cats are all ready to go. They're in their spots to receive the kick, and the Argos just getting settled now. Alfredo Gachuz Lazada is the kicker. Lawrence Woods, still a little bit of sunshine right in his eyes, gets it at the 15, and he's got a little bit of a hole. He spotted it, and he seemed to find an extra gear, and he'll be close to the 40. Pretty good tackle, and there's some rough stuff behind the play.
Yeah, a couple guys tangled up, and emotions do run hot, even though it doesn't matter for a lot of guys. Maybe you'd even say a quarter of the players on the field last two quarters, the second half really matter.
Yes. Yeah, this could be it. You battle through training camp. You're on the field a lot. You're learning. You're working. And maybe last chance to make the football team. Tiger Cats begin the second half with Harrison Frost at quarterback.
Wow.
And that was a little screen pass that was too high, almost picked off by the Argos' Muddy Waters, and then he was hit and dropped the football. So that is an interesting way to have an incompletion.
Yeah, unbelievable. That was close to being a bizarre turnover, and that's not what the Ticats need. But the Argonaut defense rushed 5, and they were right in position to break up that screen pass.
Nate Dumoulin-Duguay was he the one who threw that hit, the first pick for the Tiger Cats in this past draft.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
Frost completes the pass to Marcus Rogers. Rogers has been targeted a lot. And it's going to be short of the first down.
Looked like Frost was lining up to give it a shot on this 3rd and 3 on their own 47, but no, they're going to send the punt team out there.
Well, we saw it about 7 times going for it on 3rd down in that game against Ottawa.
That's right. Just some success, too.
Yes, yeah. But maybe the punt teams need some work as well. And Corey Vedvik and he has a nice high punt, just beautiful at Alumni Stadium in Guelph. That far side is basically a grassy hill, so no fans are over there. And good coverage by the Tiger Cats on that punt. Argos will return it to their 25.
Well, unfortunate 2 and out to start the half there from the Ticats, but you started with that bizarre first down play that was a near interception, like we discussed. But you got the completion on second, and you got to settle into this half. The first quarter sort of disappeared from the Ticat offense, just with an inability to move the chains. You don't want to start the second half out the same way.
Wilborn Thomas and Carthel Flowers Lloyd, the linebackers in there for the Tiger Cats. Brian Scott, the quarterback, and he tried to get it to Deontay McMahon, and McMahon claps his hands after that one. He dropped it, and it's incomplete.
We've seen drops from both sides tonight. The Ticats certainly had a few in that first half.
Have they all been looking into the sun?
They have been, actually. And now the sun is below the horizon. We have a nice sunset here over Guelph, but that was another drop. Even now, there's no excuse. But it is that same direction, though. You're right.
I think it might have been the last second of the sun there.
There you go.
2nd and 10. Argos on their own 25. Brian Scott, the quarterback, empty backfield, trying to convert a 2nd and 10. This time he goes back to McMahon, and he makes the catch. Needed to get across the 35, and he did. So this time the Argos combination of Scott McMahon works for a first down.
Again, the Argonauts converting their difficult second downs, and the Ticats have not been able to do that tonight.
It's 12-3 3. Argos lead the Tiger Cats. Tiger Cats got a late field goal in that opening half to get on the board. They've had trouble moving the football. A lot of the Argos starters began this game in the opening half. Probably see a few others mixed in this second half. Final preseason game. Argos will have some battles as well. There's Kevin Meatall again.
Good tackle there. Carthel Flowers Lloyd tracking it down. And good open field stop. That looked like it was setting up to be a much larger gain. And now the Ticats giving themselves another opportunity to end this drive on a second down.
Meatall, Argos' first pick in this past draft. He's had a few receptions in the game. It's a 2nd and 3 for Toronto from their own 43-yard line. Scott looks right, waits, nothing there, so then he throws over the middle, and that one is not caught. That's incomplete.
Okay, now it's definitely not the sun because it's almost dark now on the field, and there's just been an epidemic of drops.
That was Treya
like now.
Shropshire. Sorry, Luke.
Not at all. So the Ticats get another return chance. It's still Lawrence Woods out there returning, which is interesting. We're into the second half. He had a lot of opportunities in the first half, but they're going to choose to keep him out there.
In 2022, Lawrence Woods had the best punt return average in the CFL. He was 4th in the league in combined yards, and we kind of got used to him breaking one. This punt goes out of bounds. It did bounce at about the 30 or the 31-yard line. So that's where the Tiger Cats offense will take over. It's 12-3 Argos. We're early in the third quarter. This is the Ticats audio for the Tiger Cats and the Argos. And Tiger Cats offense will get another look. Harrison Frost back in at quarterback, the 24-year-old. Handoff goes to Matthew Peterson, rookie out of the University of Alberta, and he'll be very close to a first down as he found a hole off that right side. Frost has gone 7 for 12, 54 yards. He has thrown an interception, almost another one, but Nate Dumoulin-Duguay, offensive lineman, knocked that ball loose. So here we are, short yardage, and we've got Ante Milanovic-Litre, the running back slash fullback in there, and he needed a couple of yards. He's going to be very close. Goes in at quarterback under center, and Milanovic-Litre gets the first down. So they've done that a couple of times, the Tiger Cats, and have been successful both times.
Yeah, nice. That's a unique look, and you're right. I hope that we do see some trickery, even if it is a fullback taking the snaps as the season goes on.
Now we got to find out if he can throw.
Right.
We can't divulge that information, though. 3 receivers to the left for Frost. He throws to the right. The ball is caught. And it's Kalen Geiger. Geiger and Frost have connected a couple of times, and Tiger Cats will be about 2 yards short of the first down.
2nd and 2, they're taking out a few receivers, and they have the heavier bodies coming in for this personnel group, and Frost is, here we go.
Yeah, Frost is heading out as a receiver off to that right side. Milanovic-Litre, a couple of taps with his foot, and he runs to the right. They've got to go with his forward progress, and he did have enough for the first down.
Yeah, they're going to give it to him. He ended up actually being tackled, physically tackled 10 yards back, but his momentum gained the first down. I actually think the ball sort of bobbled in his hands there as he made the first down, but he was able to secure it and keep the football.
Preseason, good chance to give that a try. Tiger Cats have done that a few times in training camp with Milanovic-Litre in short yardage. Looks like that might be a keeper. It's worked 3 times. Now under center, this is a different formation, too, for the Tiger Cats. Harrison Frost hands it off to Coleman, who was coming from behind him on the fly sweep, and he gets to the outside, and he got enough for another first down. So we're seeing a little more variety in this Tiger Cats offensive playbook in the second half.
Yep, I like the way you said it. It just looks different. There's unique motions going on, personnel groups, creative short yardage, and that quick handoff there with a wide receiver end around. It's all about the timing, and they did it very, very well. That ball was center quarterback and handoff very quickly.
Tiger Cats in Toronto territory down to the Argos 45. Peterson with a handoff, and he is stopped right as he gets to the line of scrimmage.
Peterson, the ball carrier.
Well, this is their 35 yards into this drive right now, and that alone makes this one of the more successful drives of the night. But here's that critical sort of 10-yard range on the field where you've got to get a few more yards here to get into field goal range.
Harrison Frost, there's 5 players lined up on the 50 beside Frost. Then the waggle starts, the throw off to the right, and it was pretty tight coverage over there. It's incomplete.
Yeah, I like the placement of the ball by Frost. You know, it's either going to be a completion or incomplete. There's no chance of an interception. He threw it down into the outside, but that's Rogers unable to come up with the ball on that deep curl route. And like we discussed, you were flirting with that field goal range, but this would be a long one, and they're going to choose to, again, preseason game, they're going to take a rep at the punt for the punt team here.
We saw it just before play resumed. After halftime, Corey Vedvik kicking some field goals. He looks like he's going to punt here, though. Vedvik standing on his own 50. And this is out of bounds. Where are they going to say it went out of bounds? At the 5. So that's a great punt by Vedvik.
Yeah, very good kick. I don't see if we got a signal even yet very clearly. It looked like it might have gone in the end zone, but no, that was a great kick, pinned him deep.
So the Argos take over the football. They lead 12-3, 7:32 to go in the third quarter. You're listening to the Ticats Audio Network. Great to have you with us. RJ Broadhead with Luke Tasker on the Ticats Audio Network. We're in the third quarter at Alumni Stadium in Guelph. Argos lead the Tiger Cats 12-3, but they're starting from their own 5. Ball is handed off, and a couple of yards for Daniel Adeboboye.
Ticats able to trip him up after he gained 6 or 7 yards, and it's a good thing they did. He was running downhill like he thought he had a lot of space in front of him.
Argos have been good when they've been hemmed deep in their own zone tonight. Second and 3 here for Toronto from their own 11. Brian Scott, the third quarterback of the game for the Argos. He was in and then left. Arbuckle came in for a while. Now he's back. And ball was caught over on that far sideline. And Argos got the football back, but that was weird. He slammed the football on the ground, and it was almost as if it was a fumble because there was no whistle.
That's right. He had slipped. He caught it. It was actually a really nice concept there to the boundary side for the Argonauts. He caught the underneath route, which was a speed out, slipped, but he banged the ball on the ground because he was upset that he had slipped, but he hadn't been touched yet. And the refs were apparently not confused, but everyone else thought that might be a fumble and a Ticat ball. Apparently not.
Tiger Cats closed in on it. It's right in front of their sideline, so there would have been players and coaches hollering to go after that. So there's a teaching moment in the preseason.
Yeah.
Another run by Adeboboye, pretty good on first down. Got about 4, maybe 5 yards.
You can see all the Ticat defense looking towards Mark Washington in his red shirt on the sideline, signaling the defensive call. It's these second downs that have sort of been the theme of tonight for this defense.
Tiger Cats in all black. It's strategic. Mark Washington wearing red. He's easy to spot.
Exactly.
Second and 4 here for Brian Scott in the Argos offense, and he's throwing deep down the near sideline. Mital is open. He makes the catch, breaks the tackle, stays in bounds. He's down to the 25, the 20, the 15. He's going to score. Kevin Mital, the first pick for the Argos in this past draft. A huge explosive play, and it turns into an Argos touchdown.
Well, we've talked about him a few times tonight, doing a lot of different things. Big blocks, big catches. He's a big body downfield, and unfortunately, there's a Ticat down in the secondary. And I think it's actually Carthel Flowers Lloyd, which is not what you want to see. Game-changing player on special teams throughout the entire season last year. But you could see that kind of from the start. Mital, right off the line of scrimmage, kind of had leverage to his corner route. And they were able to find each other, and that big body is hard to bring down, that far downfield in open space there. And he was able to slip one tackle and go the whole distance. That was a 105-yard drive for the Argonauts.
There were a lot of people curious when the Argos traded Curly Gittins Jr., great Canadian receiver, to Edmonton. They got Jake Ceresna, which is huge, but also they used their first pick to get Kevin Mital, and he looks like he could be a very good Canadian receiver. Carthel Flowers Lloyd is the Tiger Cat on the field. Claire Toffelmeyer, the head athletic therapist for the Tiger Cats, is out there. He's down near the 50-yard line, just in front of the Argos sideline. We saw this in the last game. You don't like to see players injured in the preseason, and Carthel Flowers Lloyd gets an ovation. He's on his feet. CFL is getting off the field under his own power. I'm a big Carthel Flowers Lloyd fan, brings a ton of energy.
He was unbelievable to watch last year on special teams. On his covering kicks and punts especially, he was just unblockable. And was the outright leader, and it wasn't even close with special teams tackles. But we hope as he walks off, we hope that he can sort of nurse this away before we get into the games that count a week from now.
So the Argos just had a big touchdown. Kevin Mital caught the pass from Brian Scott, way in Argos territory, and now Liam Haralahu on for the extra point. And it's good. So the Argos take a 19-3 lead on the Tiger Cats here in the third quarter. 4:46 to go. This is the Ticats Audio Network.
Put Bubba O'Neill and three of the biggest CFL experts together on a show, and you're guaranteed to get a little heat and a lot of laughter. It's our way of ensuring the other teams get a little attention in our world. Catch the CFL This Week every Tuesday on Spotify, YouTube, and wherever you find your podcasts.
Honey, I can't fit anymore in.
Need extra space? Tackle your spring cleaning like a pro with Access Storage. Play offense and store your snowblower, winter tires, and seasonal gear to make room for your bikes, camping gear, and kayak. Make room for your adventures this summer. And touchdown! Access Storage, proud partner of the Hamilton Ticats, providing affordable and flexible storage solutions at a store near you.
Tiger Cats falling further behind the Argos. It's now 19-3. Toronto leads in this final preseason game. We're getting into the latter stages of the third quarter. Under the lights now at Alumni Stadium in Guelph. Lawrence Woods trying to break one, and he had it developing, but the Argos have really kept him outside the numbers in this game and gave him a difficult field to work with. He's forced out of bounds just a little bit short of the Tiger Cats 45 right in front of the Argos sideline.
Okay, we'll see. It's always a big drive when you respond from an explosive play like that. That was a 70-some-yard touchdown pass by the Argonauts, biggest play of the game. You got to move the chains here. You got to keep the ball in your hands and not let the Argonauts respond quickly after their touchdown.
Tiger Cats getting a long look at Harrison Frost, his first CFL action, 8 for 14, 62 yards. Three receivers to the field side, and he gets the snap and throws that direction immediately. And it's Desmond Patman who makes the catch, just freshly signed this week, and he has it up for the first down past the Hamilton 50.
Yeah, really great catch there. Sort of a wide receiver screen. Allow your other guys in your formation to get ahead of you and take care of the defensive backs. But that was a really great second effort there by Patman as well. He caught the ball and worked his way back to the sidelines to get to the first.
Patman's played 10 games in the NFL with the Indianapolis Colts. He's 6'4", 225 pounds. We've seen a lot of receivers with those statistics on the Tiger Cats in this training camp. Be very interesting to see who's playing a week from now. Kalen Geiger wants to be one of those players, makes the catch, and he's elusive. Did a couple of 360s and stayed on his feet, ended up with about 5 or 6 yards.
Yeah, great second effort there as well. You see these receivers sort of coming alive here and doing their best to move down the field.
Second down, if you please, double blue, and let's hear it for your defense.
3 minutes to go, third quarter. Tiger Cats are down by 16. Have the ball right at midfield. Frost, the quarterback. High snap. Completes the pass to Marcus Rogers, and he turns to his left. And that's a big play for the Tiger Cats.
Yeah.
Down near the Argos 40. In fact, inside the 40. It's another first down.
3 completions in a row. That's just great to see from Frost throwing the ball like this. And it's also great. These receivers, we talked about the big frames that you have across the receiving core. 3 times in a row, you see a receiver falling forward, getting extra yards and finding their way to wiggle through that first line of tackles. Great job moving the chains here.
Another high snap, no problem for Frost. He's throwing deep down the far sideline. It's up. It is caught. No signal. It was very close to the end zone, and that was Patman.
What a catch. Over top, it was a go route on the outside to the right. Frost gave him a chance, and Patman went up over the top of his defender. Not a misthrown ball by any means, just a good area to let a playmaker do what he does. And on the 1 yard line, he comes up with the 50-50 ball. What a great catch.
How important is that for the receiver when
Huge.
you're a Tiger Cats fan to have that kind of receiver that wins those battles?
You know who loves that too is the entire quarterback room, just knowing that, their receivers are going to fight for that ball even if it's not perfect.
So he's down on the 1. Tiger Cats looking for their first touchdown of the game, and in at quarterback is Ante Milanovic-Litre, and he has the touchdown. Litre lines up under center, rolls to his right, and the Tiger Cats are in the end zone for the first time tonight, but there was a flag. It was on the Argos. It is a touchdown. So that's how you answer an explosive play. Argos score, Tiger Cats get it right back.
Exactly, and it was 4 straight completions to get down to the 1 yard line. So we haven't seen that. We haven't seen production like that the entire night from the Ticats. But Frost just put together a great drive, and it's like a wide receiving core that's sort of reinvigorated here and ready to make these big plays. And they are going for 2 right now as well.
Frost 12 for 18, 130 yards. Won't get credit for a touchdown, but that big play to Patman set up the Ante Milanovic-Litre 1 yard dive into the end zone. Going for 2. Frost looking to his right, throwing end zone. It is good. A beautiful play. Chris Coleman hauls it in. The Tiger Cats convert their 2-point attempt, and now they've made a game out of this. It is 19-11 with a minute and 1 second to go in the third quarter. This is the Ticats Audio Network. Alumni Stadium in Guelph. That's the site for this final preseason game, and the Tiger Cats trying to make a late comeback. It's an 8-point deficit now. Very late in the third quarter, just over a minute to go. Corey Vedvik with the kickoff. He's got the big leg. There was a big block on the play, and it looks like another returner for the Argos, B.J. Bird this time. And he gets a great return up near midfield.
I just love the response that the Ticats offense just made to the Argonaut touchdown the previous series. And I mentioned the 4 straight completions from Frost. The 5th completion was that 2-point conversion. And we've seen some preseasoniness here tonight. That play was not. That was a perfectly thrown ball, brought the receiver back out of his route into the open space. Really well done by the Ticat offense.
Ball is on the Argos 54, so a yard shy of midfield. And Brian Scott getting a long look here at quarterback for the Tiger Cats. And jumping into the backfield to make the tackle for a loss is Trevor Hoyt.
great job. Right into the backfield after the snap of the ball, clean off of the defensive right edge, and sure tackle in the backfield for a loss. Again, the Ticats getting to practice this second and long that they've struggled with tonight.
Second and long, Argos.
Second and 14 for the Argos offense. Tiger Cats just scored, and then they were successful on the two-point convert. Trying to keep that momentum with a stop here. There's a flag that flies on both sidelines, and that ball is thrown nowhere near an Argo. It's incomplete.
The Ticats will surely decline this penalty, forcing the punt situation. It looked like the waggling Argonaut receivers, at least one or two of them, were too quick to the line of scrimmage.
Referee tonight is Andrew Wakefield.
Procedure, no end. Toronto. That penalty is declined. It's third down. That's the end of the third quarter.
So 1 quarter to go in this final preseason game. Players battling for jobs. Rosters will be set. We'll have a lot of roster information by tomorrow. And the Tiger Cats' first game of the season is a week from tonight. We're through 3 quarters in Guelph. It's 19-11. The Argos lead the Tiger Cats.
.ca/listen.
It's a direct snap to James Butler, who elevates. He goes up in the air and scores the touchdown.
This is a Ticats Audio Network.
Lawrence Woods gets the ball inside his 20 and returns it just past the 25. Maybe got to the 27-yard line.
There's a flag on the return here. Yep. Always tough marching back. Already got to march the whole field, and then you have to go halfway back to your goal line here, and the Ticats huddling up on their 10-yard line.
Fourth penalty of the game for the Tiger Cats. Argos have taken 6. Tiger Cats had 10 penalties last Saturday in their first preseason game. They've been a little more disciplined, but this one costly. It'll push them back to their own 15. Harrison Frost coming off a great drive for the Tiger Cats. He's still in at quarterback. Drops back, throws another deep ball, wide open receiver. It's caught over in front of that Tiger Cat sideline. And it's Desmond Patman again.
But I love that he ran the deep curl on the left sidelines, right in front of the Tiger Cat bench. What I love about it, he has to get up in the air to make the reception, but the second his feet hit the ground, he's moving vertically upfield, gaining more yards. There's no hesitation. He doesn't catch and then collect himself and then run. It's a really athletic, mature receiver to get the ball and immediately gain yards.
Patman's only been with the team for a few days. He was signed this week. He's the leading receiver for the Tiger Cats as far as yardage. Matthew Peterson, he got the screen pass and then was tripped up immediately, and that'll be a loss.
Darius Joyner for the Argonauts playing in the deep secondary, but from his perspective back there, he read the screen right away, and you could see him just on a line, on a bullet coming up, and it's really hard to block that guy who can see better what's happening behind you as a receiver downfield.
This is a test for the Tiger Cats and their young quarterback, Harrison Frost. They're on their own 30. It is a 2nd and 14. Frost drops back to pass, throws, and this time it's incomplete. It was, again, intended for Patman, but the Argos seem to be targeting big number 76 and had pretty good coverage.
Yeah, a little square in from the left side of the field, too. Maybe a drop, maybe a broken a pass breakup by the Argonaut defense, but either way, that was not going to be enough to move the chains, and the Ticats forced a punt.
Corey Vedvik in at punter. Nick Constantino was the punter in the opening half. Good kick by Vedvik. That sends the Argos inside their own 30, but a nice return developing for B.J. Bird. That's his second big return for the Argos. He's across the 50 again, close to midfield. 13 minutes and a second remaining in this football game. 19-11. Argos lead the Tiger Cats. You're listening to the Ticats Audio Network. Glad you could tune in on the Ticats Audio Network. RJ Broadhead, Luke Tasker. It's fourth quarter here at Alumni Stadium in Guelph. Sweet Caroline just played, and the crowd's keeping it going. They're singing while the Argos are having a big run. Deontay McMahon gets the first down and a lot more. He's into Tiger Cats territory.
Well, before the break there, big return from the Argonauts. Brought a really nice 20, 25-yard return, and then you see a 20-yard gain on the ground, and they're already up into Tiger Cat territory on the Ticat 44.
Quarterback Nick Arbuckle. So the Argos have gone back to Arbuckle. He saw a little bit of action in the opening half. Handoff to Kalen LeBourne. And he's had an impact immediately. He's got another first down on the ground inside the Tiger Cats 30.
Yeah, 15-yard gain or so, and starts off, like you said, handoff to the right side and puts the brakes on the offensive backfield, and then around the left side for a big gain. Right down the field here. This is sort of a crucial drive as well. Toronto has an 8-point lead here, 11 minutes left as the clock ticks down.
Ball on the Hamilton 26. Arbuckle hands off, and why not try it again to LeBourne? He goes right up the middle. It's another big gain. He's got another first down inside the 15.
I bet it's a run play.
Hey, Kalen LeBourne's getting his chance now, and he's making it count. Some powerful runs. He's explosive.
Yeah, 15 yards a pop at least on the last 3 attempts, and some really good speed downhill from number 23 for the Argonauts.
Argos on the Tiger Cat 14 now. Fresh set of downs. Arbuckle. Well, how did you know, Luke? It is a handoff, and LeBourne doesn't seem tired, although he got to the 10, and he fell without being hit, and he did not go down well. It was quite awkward, and, man, he was running so well.
Yeah, you hate to see that. That is just, an open field, soft tissue style injury there for LeBourne.
He hadn't played much until this fourth quarter, and then he's running really powerfully and lots of cuts.
Well, imagine how that is. You got a long training camp. You get beat up every day. Then you come out and warm up for a game, and then you take a 2.5-hour break and then go on the field. It's not great for your body to go through that kind of stuff.
And you're battling for a job, and he was definitely getting everybody's attention. But right now, LeBourne, the running back for the Argos, is down on the field. There's 10:43 to go in the football game. The Argos lead the Tiger Cats 19-11. You're listening to the Ticats Audio Network. So getting off the field with a little bit of help was Kalen LeBourne, the running back for the Argos, who had a couple of great runs, but suffered an injury as he was trying to take it into the end zone, and Kevin Metal, who has a touchdown in this game, catches the short pass. He's inside the Tiger Cats 5, and he looked to be a little slow to get up, and then he springs up with all kinds of energy, so he's fine.
Yeah, he's given the universal stinger. I got a stinger body language where your kind of arm goes numb and you're kind of shake it off, but the Argonauts smartly pull him off. He is a guy who I'm actually interested to watch this year. He's sort of been electric on the field tonight. Every time he's out there, he kind of looks like he's fast forwarded, and great speed and size, and of course the long touchdown. So the Argonauts apparently found an asset with Metal.
Yeah, 82-yard touchdown. He's got over 100 yards receiving in the game, and Argos were getting set for a play here, and the flags fly.
Toronto number 58, 5-yard penalty, still third down.
So procedure on the Argos. And that will bring out Liam Haralahu.
Yeah, they were lined up for a very short yardage. That would have put them on the 3-yard line or so. And they're going to have to settle for 3, or will choose to attempt the 3. Not meaningless for the Ticats. Put 3 points here will make this an 11-point gain.
change it to a two-score game. 17-yarder, another short attempt for Haralahu. That one is good. And that increases the Argos' lead to 22-11 with 9:33 to go in the Alumni Stadium in Guelph tonight. 4,350 fans. Pretty close to being split between the Argos and the Tiger Cats. They've tried a couple of things in the stadium where they make fun of Tiger Cats fans, and it hasn't gone over quite as well. There's a first down for the Tiger Cats, and it is Desmond Patman again. And how many Argos were there? And they still didn't bring him to the ground, so he dragged a few Argos for that first down. He's done a lot of things that the Tiger Cats are going to like.
Yeah, great job. Again, we see a wide receiver for the Ticats fighting, getting extra yards, and working his way to move the chains.
Harrison Frost still in at quarterback for the Tiger Cats. He came in the second quarter. Has some time in the pocket, throws another completion. It's another first down over on that far sideline, and it's Patman again.
Great throw over to the Ticat sidelines, and an 18-yard comeback there. And Patman, they're giving him a workout tonight. They've got to see more. He's new to the team, but overall, I can say that what we've seen so far with 8 minutes left in the game, it's been pretty impressive, and some big catches and big plays.
He's caught 5 of the 7 targets for 96 yards. His long 38 yards. Tiger Cats are in Argo territory on Toronto's 41-yard line. Frost has also looked good in at quarterback. Completes another pass. The ball came loose. Was the Tiger Cat player down? I think this was Marcus Rogers this time. He wears 79. Patman wears 76. And he was down, so it appears it is still a Tiger Cats football. And ends up being a 9-yard catch, 8 or 9 yards.
Here's a 2nd and 2 coming up. They're bringing the heavy personnel in. We'll see if Frost, sure enough, there he goes out to the wide receiver position from his quarterback position.
Ante Milanovic-Litre looks pretty comfortable there. Under center at quarterback, follows the offensive line, gave the offensive lineman in front of him a little tap, and they were good to go. And he carries the football for another short yardage first down. Is that 4, maybe 5 with Litre in there now?
Yeah. I think the thing that makes you kind of the most nervous about that is the exchange, obviously. The center to quarterback or center to fullback exchange in this case. It's not the easiest thing. You see mistakes happen even between true quarterbacks taking those short yardage plays, but apparently they trust that operation enough to go with it, the fullback taking the direct snap.
Well, Litre looks pretty cool under center. Like, he doesn't look like he's worried at all. He seems calm. Harrison Frost trying to lead the Tiger Cats to a comeback, and that was off the fingertips of Rogers and almost picked off by the Argos.
2nd and 10 coming up. There was a lot of close calls on that play. The pressure almost got to Frost. He got rid of the ball just in time, just off the fingertips of Rogers and just out of the hands of the Argonaut defensive back there, and could have gone much worse than what ended up being an incomplete pass.
That was Darius Joyner who almost had that interception for the Argos. Instead, it's a 2nd and 10 for the Tiger Cats from the Toronto 30. They're down by 11 points. Just under 6.5 minutes to go in the football game. A high snap. Frost jumps up to get it, then throws to the near side, and this is Patman battling for extra yards, and he had Jonathan Edward on his back, couldn't bring him to the ground, and Patman was just waiting for that pressure to break so he could turn it upfield.
It looked for a second there like they were going to consider staying on the field with their offense, going for the 3rd and 5, and instead the field goal unit comes out. Again, it's an 11-point game here, so that the field goal matters, right? It's not a meaningless kick.
Well, here's what's interesting, too, is Corey Vedvik is on to kick this field goal. It'll be a 32-yard attempt for Corey Vedvik. And Tiger Cats are getting a look at him. Nick Constantino is the holder. Vedvik's kick is up, and it is good. And He might have been able to hit that from 62.
Yeah, great kick.
That went through the air all the way into the track that surrounds Alumni Stadium in Guelph. That was a powerful leg for Vedvik.
So this gets interesting now after what was a really slow start of this game, kind of across the board. We got an 8-point game here, and the Argos get the ball back. They just had a really, really successful drive down the field there that culminated in a field goal. But this Ticat defense is a great opportunity here to try to get them off the field without points. Give Frost a chance to drive the field again and try to even this game up.
Tiger Cats looking for their first takeaway of this preseason. They didn't have any against Ottawa. Don't have any so far tonight. Deontay McMahon back in at running back, and there's a flag that came flying. Had to be 35 yards by the official way in the
see what this is.
Tiger Cats backfield, or the secondary.
Major foul, face mask, Hamilton number 95. 15 yards from the end of the play, and
Boy.
automatic first down.
15-yard free pass right across the center of the field there. That's more than you can afford to give up. Now the Ticats really, again, flirting with that field goal range on the field that we've talked about. We actually saw last week Mark Washington's defense successfully move Ottawa back out of field goal range with a tackle for a loss. Got to have a great stop here.
Argos quarterback is now John Matoka. And Argos run this straight ahead. It is Matoka, the rookie quarterback. Seeing a lot of Argos quarterbacks. That's the fourth quarterback tonight that the Argos have used.
This is it. This is that second down that can so often mean points or no points on the drive right here on the Ticat 46-yard line.
Under 4.5 minutes to go in the game. It's 22-14, Argos lead. They've got the ball on the Tiger Cats 47. It's a 2nd and 6. John Matoka, the quarterback for the Argos. Drops back to pass, throws, completes, and eluding the initial attempted tackle was B.J. Bird, who's had a couple of nice returns, and this is a nice catch for a big gain into Tiger Cats territory.
Yeah, you got to hand it to these, players that are on the field for the Argos in the fourth quarter. A lot of young guys, a lot of guys not going to be starting in their first game of the season, but that was the right read, and the Ticats tried to take all the space out. They were pressed up on the receivers. And they made the completion to their low route to the field side for the important, crucial first down.
Important first down, and now they're deep in Tiger Cats territory with under 4 minutes to go. So we're getting close to the 3-minute warning. It's 22-14, Argos leading the Tiger Cats. John Matoka, the fourth quarterback of the game for the Argos. Cameron Duke started. He looked very good. 10 for 12, 129 yards. Also ran one in for a touchdown. We've seen Brian Scott, Nick Arbuckle, and now Matoka. Ball's on the Hamilton 27. Matoka wears number 19. That pass is tipped. It's up in the air, and it falls to the ground. Matoka was probably the closest to getting that ball that went high in the air after it was tipped.
Yeah. Ball got tipped straight up in the air, and you'd think it looked like one of those that one of the offensive defensive linemen is going to come up with, and it ends up finding green space to hit the ground.
So that was close to turnover the Tiger Cats desperately need in this situation. Argos in the huddle. Tiger Cats looking at their sideline, getting the defensive call. Ball on the Tiger Cat 27. It's a 2nd and 10 here for John Matoka and the Argos. Young quarterback, he eludes the initial sack attempt, and Tiger Cats are all over him now. Somehow he stayed on his feet, probably longer than he should, but all kinds of flags are flying.
Major foul, roughing the passer. Number 77. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Well, Well, that's 2 major fouls on this drive. Adam Plant Jr.
Well, we've got to see that again, because the flag was flown well before the tackle was made. So I'm not. That certainly was not clear or an overly blatant roughing the passer. That was sort of a technicality in there somewhere. That's hard to see from up here. But the
shouldn't that be a clear penalty?
Yeah, really. Yeah, that's kind of a hard one to understand. But just as costly as if it was blatant, as the Ticats go halfway back to their goal line.
Well, it is the preseason, so score doesn't matter a lot. Tiger Cats trying to make a comeback, but the Argos keep marching forward with penalties taken by the Tiger Cats. McMahon does not get far. He's tackled quickly. On that tackle for the Tiger Cats was Derek Tangelo.
This is the 3-minute warning.
And we are at 3 minutes remaining in the football game. Argos have the ball on the Tiger Cats 14. They've got some points on the table. We'll see if they can get them. It's 22-14. Toronto leads Hamilton on the Ticats Audio Network. Does across midfield.
You can see Frost trying to communicate the sense of urgency and to try to get his receivers running to the correct places. But you got to be fair. Remember that this is preseason. Not all of these guys have been together for very long.
Some haven't been with the team long. Patman is out there. Flag flies. That was in the Hamilton backfield. The pass went to Peterson. I think he made the catch. It was a low pass. Nice catch by the running back.
Hamilton number 65. 10-yard penalty. Still first down.
So it won't matter. Tiger Cats called for holding. Evan Johnson.
Yeah, and that's so crucial at this time of the game. A penalty like that, of course, you lose the yardage like you do at all times, but you lose that time too. So it really kills a hurry-up drive when you take a penalty and lose yardage like that.
So Tiger Cats have the ball on their own 47. Throwing over the middle. Geiger, full speed, cutting across the middle. Tried to put on the brakes and then cut back to his right. And the Argos were on him right there.
A lot of passes underneath here. And now you've got a 2nd and 10 that you're facing. 2nd and looks like 8 or so. Toronto just back in a 3 double cut defense, and it's just hard to pass like that when it's a passing down already.
Frost stays in the pocket, and oh boy, that ball was caught by Matthew Peterson. He was hit, the ball popped loose, and he reached up and grabbed it. So kind of a double catch for Peterson, but well short of the first down. Tiger Cats aren't even to the original line of scrimmage yet, so now it's 3rd down and about 13 yards. Frost drops back. He runs out of the pocket, on the run, throws, completes the pass to Patman, and he is so close to a first down, but I don't think he's there, Luke.
Yeah, I think he needed to reach that ball out. This is sort of do or die. You kind of let go of all your hesitations, and you even at a time like this would risk ball security if it means getting a first down, because it's all on the line. It looked live like he did not get it and like he maybe could have. And there's been a couple things on this drive. There you go. They're calling it Argonaut ball. So he is just inches or half a foot or so short of that first down on the 3rd and, like you said, 13.
So close, but in that situation, Desmond Patman has shown he can win those 50-50 balls. He can get himself open for the quarterback, too, because Frost was scrambling.
Yep, exactly. That drive was full of check downs. Then you had the penalty. It wasn't a really beautiful offensive drive there. I mentioned the sort of strong passing defense the Argos were running. But you saw some mistakes, actually. You saw receivers running the same route. It's preseason stuff, and the Ticats will be looking to get their first team going up this week.
So Argos take over on downs. Pass complete. And Tiger Cats are right there. B.J. Bird made the catch. Tackled immediately by Mark Milton. No relation to the great Steve Milton here at the Ticats Audio Network, Hall of Fame writer. Done a great job on Ticats today, keeping everybody up to date on what's been happening at Tiger Cats training camp, and he'll do that all throughout the season. With a couple of cameos from me in there.
Perfect.
Ball on the Argos 50. They keep it on the ground. They've got an 11-point lead with under a minute to go. McMahon will get close to the first down. He's going to be a little bit short. So the Argos are going to punt the football. They've got Jeremy Edwards as their punter right now. Didn't see a lot of Kalen Geiger earlier in the game, but in this fourth quarter, he's been an important piece. Had a nice return last time. Caught a couple of passes from Harrison Frost, and he's standing on his own 15 right now. Try to make a big play on this punt return. Edwards punt. That'll send Geiger a long way to his left, outside the numbers, right near that Tiger Cat sideline, and he has it very close to the Hamilton 35-yard line. Argos have placed their punts really well in this game. A lot of them outside the numbers and not giving the Tiger Cats returners much field to work with.
Well, that was promising right there. I love the way that Geiger just fielded that punt. It took him a full sprint to the point of catching the punt out of the air, and that's always worth doing, in my opinion. He didn't get the no yards there, but you often will if you're forced to catch the punt at a full sprint. He quickly gathered himself and turned upfield as well for a nice gain on the return.
Tiger Cats take over on their 35. Not much time to go, just under 30 seconds. Frost still in at quarterback. Handoff goes to Matthew Peterson out of the U of A. That's a great run, right up the gut. And he's got the first down across the 45.
Number 97, Derek Parrish for the tackle. First down, Ticats.
We didn't see Kevin Thompson at quarterback in this game. Bo Levi Mitchell also dressed, but we didn't think we would see him. He'll be getting set for Calgary next week. That'll be a big game personally for him, but more importantly, you know, he's going to say it's a win for the Tiger Cats. Here's Peterson again. Another great run up the middle. He's still on his feet.
Oh. It's rugby.
Yeah, the ball came loose, and the Tiger Cats picked it up almost as if it was a planned play.
Yeah.
But there was no time on the clock, so they were trying to keep the ball going and maybe get to the end zone. It didn't happen. Argos stopped them, and Toronto wins this final preseason game for both teams. Argos 25, the Tiger Cats 14. Not a lot of the starters in for the Tiger Cats. What are your thoughts, your evaluation on the game and what you saw, Luke?
Yeah, couple guys were impressive. I thought Patman, the new receiver, looked pretty good. I think that's a guy they definitely needed some heavy evaluation on in this game. Frost, I thought, managed this game pretty well. Couple drives that looked pretty good. Strung some together, but it's hard. You know, like we said, there's so many moving pieces in a preseason game. You just hope that the coaching staff saw enough of their guys to get a fair analysis. They have to turn things around pretty quick here and get back into their week one regular week of prep, and that's going to start really in a couple hours here for these coaches.
Yeah, some happy players, and there'll be some not so happy players as their hopes of playing in the CFL will come to an end, and some will have their dream come true. That's it for the preseason.